Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Today, we have some big and tough news to discuss. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is officially out for the season and will undergo season-ending surgery. So, what's next for the Cowboys with Cooper Rush and Trey stepping up as the remaining QBs? What will this mean for the team's playoff hopes and the rest of the NFC East? Let's break it all down. So, first, let's go over the big story: Dak Prescott's injury. This news is a real blow for Cowboys fans. Dak has been the heart and soul of this team, a leader on and off the field. Losing him for the season is not only a hit to the Cowboys' offense, but also a huge loss in terms of leadership and stability. The Cowboys have counted on Dak to be the steady hand, and losing him throws a wrench in the team's plans for the year. According to reports, Dak will need surgery to repair his injury, which means he won't be returning until next season. This is obviously disappointing news, not just for Cowboys fans, but for everyone who enjoys watching Dak play. He's one of the more resilient players in the league, coming back from previous injuries with determination and grit. We're all hoping for a smooth recovery and a strong comeback for him in 2025. But in the NFL, it's always next man up. Now, the focus shifts to the Cowboys' quarterback room. With Dak out, it's up to Cooper Rush and Trey to take over. Let's start with Cooper Rush, who's been Dak's backup for a while now and has stepped up in the past when needed. Cowboys fans might remember that Rush filled in admirably last season when Dak missed time due to injury. He has experience in the system, knows the offense, and has already earned the trust of his teammates. Rush is calm under pressure, and he's shown he can make the necessary throws to keep the offense moving. However, there are some limitations to his game. Rush doesn't bring the same mobility that Dak does, and he's not as much of a playmaker on his feet. He also doesn't have the same arm strength or deep ball accuracy. The offense will likely shift to a more conservative style with Rush at the helm, focusing on short and intermediate throws and relying heavily on the running game. We might see a lot more from Tony Pollard and the running back rotation, along with a bigger emphasis on play-action passing to create opportunities for guys like CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. Then there's Trey the wild card in this equation. Lance was a high draft pick for the 49ers before the Cowboys traded for him, and he brings a completely different skill set to the table. He's mobile, he's got a big arm, and he's got that upside potential that makes him intriguing. The Cowboys took a bit of a gamble by bringing Lance in, but this could be the opportunity to see what he can really do. Now, it's worth noting that Lance hasn't had much NFL experience yet, and he's still considered a raw talent. His accuracy and decision-making are areas he needs to work on, and he may need more time to fully learn the Cowboys' offense. With these two quarterbacks, the Cowboys have a bit of a dilemma. Do they go with the experience of Cooper Rush, knowing they can keep things steady, or do they give Trey a shot and see if he can spark the offense in a different way? It's a tough decision for Coach Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys coaching staff. They could stick with Rush as the starter for now, and if things aren't going well, they can always give Lance a chance to show what he's got. Or they might consider using a combination of both, with situational packages designed to utilize Lance's mobility and big play ability. No matter who's at quarterback, this injury puts even more pressure on the rest of the team to step up. The Cowboys' defense has been one of the strongest units in the league, led by stars like Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. With Dak out, the defense will need to continue playing at an elite level, limiting opposing offenses and giving the Cowboys' offense every opportunity to score. Parsons, Diggs, and the entire defense will be crucial in keeping the Cowboys competitive, especially against NFC East rivals. Looking at the schedule, the Cowboys still have some big games ahead, including key matchups with NFC East teams. In a division that's as competitive as the NFC East, every game counts. The Cowboys are currently in the playoff hunt, but without Dak, it's going to be an uphill battle. The division is no joke. The Eagles have been dominating, the Giants are always a tough opponent, and Washington can surprise any team on any given day. And let's talk about the pace. LaMelo loves to push the ball up the court. He's a fast break machine, which would give the Lakers a new dimension. We've seen the Lakers play at a slower pace in recent years, but with LaMelo in the lineup, they could be running and gunning with one of the fastest tempos in the league. Imagine a transition offense with LeBron on one side, a D trailing, and LaMelo making the right decision every time down the floor. It's a terrifying thought for opposing defenses and one that could change the entire identity of the Lakers' offense. Of course, we can't ignore the defensive side of things. LaMelo is known more for his offensive abilities, and he's still developing as a defender. But with LeBron and a D2 elite defenders, when they're locked in, the Lakers could work to cover up some of LaMelo's weaknesses on that end. Plus, with good coaching and a solid team defense, LaMelo could definitely improve over time. The Cowboys will have to rally together, play smart football, and rely on their depth and resilience if they want to make it to the playoffs. For Cowboys fans, this news is obviously disappointing, but there's still hope. This team has talent, grit, and a defense that's capable of making game-changing plays. The offense will have to adapt and find ways to be effective without Dak, but with Cooper Rush's experience and Trey Lance's potential, they've got some options. It's going to be a test of the entire team's resilience, and it'll be interesting to see how the Cowboys respond. So, what's next? Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on both teams as the season progresses. If the Lakers struggle out of the gate, or if the Hornets decide to go full rebuild mode, this rumor could gain even more traction. And, as we all know, in the NBA, things can change fast. One day, a player's untouchable, and the next day, they're on the trading block. LaMelo joining the Lakers may sound like a fantasy now, but with the right circumstances, this could very well become a reality. As we wrap up, we want to hear from you. Do you think Cooper Rush should be the starter? Or would you like to see Trey Lance get a shot? What are your thoughts on the Cowboys' playoff chances now that Dak is out for the season? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the content, subscribe for more NFC East and Cowboys updates,